What's up guys, and welcome back to some more predictions for Mega Evolutions or Mega Evolution possibilities in a Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Last episode we looked at Armaldo, Militic, and then finally what did we finish up with? It was that one. I can't remember the name of the Pokemon. I can't remember at all. Oh well, we'll have to find out another time. Anyway guys, so today we're looking at 3 more Pokemon, so I guess we'll just get on with it and get it started, shall we? But before we do get it started, remember guys to drop a like if you can, and also my thoughts, leave your feedback down below though. I'd like to see what you guys think of what I think, and yeah, now we're going to get it started. First up today we're starting off with Mega Glalie. Yes, Glalie, one of the Ice type Pokemon introduced in Generation 3, pure Ice type, so nothing else going on outside it. So it's mediocre. Its stats are actually sort of, I think they're all 80, so it's a very spread Pokemon. It's got nothing that's particularly high or particularly low. It's very spread out. So what would I see happening to Glalie when it Mega Evolves? How would it change? Well, this design here is one possibility. Another possibility I used in my Elite Four Mega Predictions video, which was like where Glalie just got a bit bigger, a bit spiky, whatnot. But this one's a bit more interesting. Glalie actually breaks out of its shell pretty much. It still has some of the shell around, but you can see it has now actually arms that have come out, 2 big horns on its head, I guess you could call it. It looks like the rest of its body, the bottom half, is sort of broken away into these arms, which I really like. You know, I like the fact that like Glalie in its normal form is sort of like a cocoon, and when it gets the power from the Mega Stone, it breaks out and it's got some awesome new arms to use, or whatever you want to call that. So I think that'd be a pretty good idea for Glalie. As I said, the other possibility is just to sort of get it bigger as a ball or something on the lines. Typing for Mega Glalie, I can see 2 typings for it, not staying pure Ice type in either of them, either being an Ice Rock type or an Ice Dark type. Ice Rock is the type that's used for the, I think it's Drayana hacks. I'm not sure if it's Drayana or Draymon. But that's the ones used in those hacks, which is, it's alright. Obviously it's 4 times speed fighting, but so is Ice Dark. But I can see Ice Rock because that's what Glalie looks like. It looks like a pure rock type, or not pure rock type, an icy rock. That's pretty much what it looks like. But you know, also the rock, I guess you could call it, is dark, so it could also be an Ice Dark type. So either one of those would work for Mega Glalie, I'm pretty sure. Obviously if it stayed in its sort of ball form and just gained some more bulk, Ice Rock would probably be better, but obviously in this sort of design we see here, Ice Dark could be better because it's actually sort of, it's got a bit sneakier, I guess you could say. Stat change wise for Glalie, I can see it becoming defensive, so defense up and special defense up. That would probably work best for it there, just to, you know, boost up its defenses and whatnot. Ability wise, I can see 2 abilities for Mega Glalie. The first one being Ice Body, which would work okay, I guess. Not amazingly well, but I think that's the ability that Glalie has in its normal form, hence why I sort of brought this across there. The other possibility I thought of was Solid Rock, and that works just like Filter, reduces the effectiveness of super effective moves. So fighting type moves, instead of being 4 times effective on them, on Mega Glalie would only be 2 times effective, so it wouldn't be as bad, I guess. And obviously other ones like Flamethrower for the Ice Dark type at least would only be neutral. Nice Rock would be even less, be half, or it would be neutral anyway. Sorry. Anyway, but I think those 2 abilities would work quite well. Ice Body because of the fact that it's an icy body sort of thing, and Solid Rock because it would actually help out its typing. Its typing is good. Well, it's not good in terms of what it's weak to, but it is good in terms of what it'll be able to do with Ice Dark, Ice Rock, stuff like that. If we then move on to the second Pokemon for today's episode, since we looked at Glalie, the other option for Froslass to eventually evolve into is for Snorunt to evolve into eventually is not Glalie, it's Glalie or Froslass. So I think we're going to look at Mega Froslass, because if Mega Glalie gets the Mega Evolution, I see Mega Froslass being a possibility as well, just to give it some sort of, you know, counter. Both Pokemon get a Mega Evolution sort of thing, because they are counterparts. So Mega Froslass is not a pure Ice type like Glalie is an Ice Ghost type. So it's sort of dissimilar in that respect, but Ice Ghost is a pretty decent typing. You can do some work there, something along those lines. What would I see Mega Froslass looking like? Well, this art here is pretty darn good. Its arms, which are actually its ears, separate away from its body in this form, which is what I expect it to be, especially if it's retaining its Ice Ghost type, which, as I'll show you now, is what I'm predicting for it, retaining the Ice Ghost type. I can't see it changing types at all. Ice Ghost type being pretty good, and then obviously the bottom of it sort of just going out into a cloak, and its head is pretty cool as well. Gains some more ice on its head, whatever, and it's sort of the skull-like covering on its purple head sort of comes across, you know, comes out off a bit more, so you've got more of its purpley head underneath. But I like that. I like that design. I'm very happy to see that in game. As I said, typing would be pure Ice Ghost, well, not pure Ice Ghost, but retaining the Ice Ghost type. No changes there, because I can't really see any changes happening. Ice Psychic is a possibility, but apart from that, nothing. But I think they would just keep the Ice Ghost type if they were to Mega Evolve it. Stat change wise, I see its special attack going up, its speed going up, and its defense going down. Froslass is similar to Glalie in terms of the fact that it's very the stats are very spread. There's no high ones, there's no low ones, etc. So the stats are very spread in that respect. So I think its special attack would increase and its speed would increase to become more of a special attacker. Its physical attack could also increase, but I'd see Glalie being the physical one, and obviously Froslass being the special one here. And also its defense going down, because or defense going down or staying about the same, because I see it's very fragile. Looks very fragile in a Mega Evolution form, at least its design does. So whereas Glalie is the nice defensive one, I'd see Froslass being the nice sort of the fragile one, but the one that can do the most power overall. Ability wise, for Mega Froslass, either keeping it Cursed Body like its normal form does, I think it does get Cursed Body, or if it doesn't, Cursed Body is a possibility. The other ability I thought for Mega Froslass though was Refrigerate, so I'm not too sure how well that would work in terms of what normal type moves it's got access to actually take advantage of Refrigerate, but Refrigerate, I don't know, for me it seemed like an ability that would work quite well for it, sort of being ghosty and icy, sort of being able to turn normal moves into ice moves, something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I think Mega Froslass would be pretty cool if we got it. Obviously Mega Glalie being a nice defensive sort of Mega Evolution there, and Froslass being your other option, especially if Glalie then goes to an Ice Dark type against an Ice Ghost type for Mega Froslass. So that would sort of counter out in each other, sort of work alongside each other. One of them becomes ghosty, one of them becomes sort of dark and evil, and whatever else you want to really use for that there. But I think that's all really to say for Mega Froslass. There's not a huge amount going on for it really, just sort of stay in the same typing, getting a bit more offensiveness, and then some ability choices there. So let's move on to the last Pokemon for today's episode, another ice type, so this is a very icy episode we have today guys, which is Mega Walrus. So, Mega Walrus, normal Walrus, it's an Ice Water type in Generation 3, Generation 4, Generation 5, and Generation 6. Based on a Walrus, obviously, used by one of the Elite Four, Glacier, as her ace. So obviously if they were going to give the Elite Four Mega Evolutions, Walrus or Mega Walrus would be a big option for Glacier to use here, because that would be very high on the list, I guess. It's her ace, so you would assume the ace gets the Mega Evolution sort of thing. Anyway, Walrus, what could you do to Walrus to Mega Evolve it? Well, this art here I like, it's pretty good art. The lines, the white lines around its body, around its neck or whatever, actually sort of solidify and become ice, and then with the whiskers, the huge whiskers it has on its head, go out to this huge beard-like thing that goes all the way down its back, which I really like, and then you get icicles sort of just popping out of this beard as well, which is what I'd imagine Mega Walrus to be. Also getting some nice ice crystals down over its feet and over its flippers and whatnot, and then some more hair stuff going down to its tail as well, which could also have icicles down there, who knows. And then its head changes around a bit more, and its two tusks turn into pure ice, which I really like, having sort of ice teeth rather than just normal teeth. Would really sort of work with Walrus there. And then again, some sort of blue crystal on its head, which is alright. I don't know if normal Walrus has anything on its head like that, but a blue crystal on its head I guess would work quite well. It could represent the Mega Stone, who knows, but that's just an idea. Typing wise for Mega Walrus, I would have to say it would keep its Ice Water typing. I can't see any changes happening to that, just because how else would you change Mega Walrus apart from maybe if the ice changes, like as we see here, with more extreme than this sort of thing, where like a lot more of it becomes ice. You could go to a pure ice type possibly, but I can't really say anything else apart from that Ice Water or possibly ice in extreme circumstances. Now the immediate thought for Mega Walrus for me, at least, was it'd be a bulky Pokemon, defense going up, special defense going up sort of thing, but I decided against that and thought maybe they'd do something different, so I predicted the special attack and the speed would rise. You could also have the physical attack to rise, just as another option. Obviously they would both rise, but whichever one rises more sort of thing. But I see an offensive build for Walrus actually, with its speed going up a reasonable amount. Obviously not the fastest Pokemon, but still pretty fast with that speed boost there. So not really bulky in my opinion. Defenses will obviously still go up, but not by as much as special attack and speed, or as sort of as much as a noticeable amount, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. Ability-wise, for Mega Walrus, I have two ideas here. First one being Thick Fat, because obviously if it's sort of gaining more blubber, some bulking up a bit more, it's going to gain some nice resistances. I think normal Walrus also has Thick Fat as well, which sort of works there. Obviously Ice types don't really need to be worried about because you resist them already, whereas Fire types, you also take neutral from Fire types. If you're becoming a pure Ice type though, Thick Fat could come in helpful there to reduce them even more, or reduce them back to neutral at least. The other idea for an ability I had was Swift Swim. Now this sort of goes along with Mega Swampert that has recently been revealed, since that thing has Swift Swim. And that thing is really freaking huge, so it proves that a Pokemon doesn't necessarily have to be small to get Swift Swim. So Mega Walrus could definitely have Swift Swim there, being a water type, and could take advantage of that Swift Swim. But now the fact that Mega Swampert has been revealed with Swift Swim, I'm not sure if they'd give two Mega Evolutions introduced in the same game both Swift Swim. Keep saying Swift Swim a lot, don't I? Don't know why. So it's a possibility, but I don't see it coming through. I think it might just maintain, carry through the Thick Fat typing from there. And that's pretty much it for Mega Walrus in there. So guys, I think that's going to wrap up for today's video. As usual, tell me your feedback and your comments and your thoughts down below in the comment section. What did you think of the free sets I looked at today? Have you any other suggestions for typings, stat changes or abilities for these three Pokemon? Or, maybe even designs. Tell me about those too. I'll check out the comments, see what you guys think, and I'll be seeing you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.